side. So unwind and you'll find how to do. I'll treat you right. Oh my sweet baby, please come with me. Won't you come with me? I've seen you here, I've seen you there. I like to know you if you care. Honey, do I want you, and it's tearing me in two. I've been down from this time, but I really like to talk with you.
Hello and welcome back to Gold Squadron Podcast. My name is William Haggard. I'm joined by Johnny Rendazzo.
Hello, good to be here. Good morning.
And we are coming to you live from the World Open Qualifier at Adepticon. We are watching second edition X-Wing here. Scenario play. We have Scramble the Transmissions as our scenario. We have Cormac Higgins all the way from the United Kingdom, I believe Ireland? Question mark, versus, that can't be right. That can't be right.
James did it, so.
James did it. James did it.
We're doing some live editing here, no worries. Oh, all caps isn't gonna fly.
Isn't gonna fly. What?
Let's go. We are playing Scramble the Transmissions in this first round. As you may be aware, Scramble the Transmissions is the one where you have to move up to an objective marker and spend the scramble action to claim that objective. We have instructed the players to use the blue and red objective markers, and we can see Cormac quickly getting out here to claim 3 of those objectives. Peter setting up in a little bit more of a wait-and-see formation. His Jedi maybe not quite set up to zip out there, but we'll see. Actually, we have a pretty fast maneuver here from that would be Contrail. We'll see where that ship ends up. And like we were saying yesterday, it's always an interesting decision whether to focus on going for objectives or focus on killing ships. And so we do see Contrail moving up. Followed then by Obi-Wan at Initiative 5.
Oh, okay, I have it correct. I was like, that's definitely not Gambler Tuba over there, since I was looking at the last round's parents. But we got it correct.
Right.
That's Justin Geering flying the Republic. So
Republic on Republic action here.
classic tale. Actually, not really. I think yes. I don't think we had any Republic on Republic yesterday.
No, we purposely avoided it.
Yeah, that would be too much. They're saying some corrections that Cormac is Irish, but lives in the UK. So you can assume my confusion there.
They want to choose their champion.
Oh, you know what? That could be pretty cool. You better get it in quick. Where'd she go?
Why'd you tell him to do it before we had it open?
Because
You're optimistic?
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Why can't I find it? Please. Please help me help you.
All right, so we do have some early shots coming in here. Hit crit on the board. Blanks rolled by Cormac, so that's going to be hit crit going into... I didn't catch which target it was. We will get that figured out. We see the shield flipped around and a crit already going through. Early crit. We'll move the overlay and check out what crit that is.
Stunned? Perhaps?
Could be a stunned.
That's on Mace?
I couldn't tell, but that would kind of make sense.
I would assume he's the yellow one, right?
It's on the overlay. Yep.
Oh.
And we have hit, crit. Then coming in on the second attack, 3 eyeballs are rolled. You see Cormac leaning over the table, really considering what is he going to try to spend. And he spent all 3 force to flip those 2 evades. We are force deprived here now. Mace taking a bit of a strong hit, but hey, has that force to spend. Might as well use it. And so Mace Windu taking an early beating, but is going to now... I believe...
He's got a shot back.
Return the favor, yes. And throws blanks. Oh, no. Cormac, my guy.
Oh, no.
The dice haven't woken up yet.
No, he needs a cup. Superstition, Justin said, is why he uses it. Woo!
And
it's a nice cup so far.
We might need to get D over there to inspect that cup. What's it really doing in there?
That might be it for...
Is that a dead Master Windu?
I'm thinking so. No, it was an ion missile.
Oh, ion, he lives?
Mace lives.
But for how long? So Mace really being focused down here. This is a great decision by Justin. So Cormac, of course, got out fast and claimed 3 objectives. Okay, and you think this is scramble the transmissions. You got to claim objectives. Justin said, I see where you're going. I see how you've spread out your forces, which is the standard strategy.
Of course, yeah.
And Justin comes in and says, I see Mace there on his own. I'm going to move my 3 heavy hitters, and like a lion culling the herd of antelope, picks off the stragglers. Yeah,
I mean, so let's take a look at what is Mace's cost these days. He's a 4-point ship. That's confusing because it's initiative 4, and I. Anyways,
sure.
So the thought process here we've been talking about a lot this weekend is when is it more valuable to just kill a ship versus score a lot of objectives for the round?
Yeah, absolutely. If I knew the answer to that, maybe I'd be at one of these top tables.
Exactly.
But that is the big question. Absolutely.
So, in this instance, now, Cormac did an excellent job. I noted out all the objectives here. The fast Jedi, so good at getting those objectives. The pre-position boost, 5 forward. Use your perform action to scramble. So was able to cover a lot of these objectives. But yeah, Justin kept his forces together and trying to take these ships out one at a time. But 5 rounds at 4 points.
Yeah.
Cormac doesn't need to kill a ship.
There you go. Yeah, if he can continue just controlling these areas, then then that's that.
Well, you could actually bank boost, then come around this way if you're really excited about it. I should use yellow for more visibility. But yeah, I mean, if you can prevent, because this is Obi-Wan right here, if I'm understanding that correct. And this would be Ahsoka. So you can actually block that Obi-Wan, preventing him from coming into the center and scrambling that objective.
Sure.
And putting full effort just into holding these objectives for as long as possible.
Yeah.
We've been talking as well about how normally you can find 20 points and about 10 mission points and 10 points worth of ships destroyed.
Sure.
So if you could just hold those 4 objectives for 3 rounds and then kill 2 5-point ships, or 2 4-point ships rather, that could also do it. So I think both players have a lot of outs here, even though the score might not reflect it right now.
All right, we're seeing that system phase boost from Anakin.
Ooh, discussing the player order on our table mic here. Disappointed in the difference in initiatives.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, we get a move from Ahsoka. Ahsoka goes fast for that far side of the board. It's going to spend a force here to do something. That's going to be a boost. And then maybe we see a scramble. So like you said, Cormac perhaps focusing here on objectives. So this does involve a dice roll. On a hit, crit, or eyeball result, you claim the objective. On a blank result, the objective drops to no one's possession, and the next ship needs to come up and claim it. So we now have a full set, a 5 on under Cormac's control. Cormac has all 5 objectives. Like you said, maybe that is his strategy. We'll see if Justin's going to come in and try to claim some of those for himself.
Yep, so, I don't know why I clicked off of it. So we saw there a boost from fine-tuned controls, a focus from Ahsoka's ability, and then a perform action step scramble. Turns out, Ahsoka, pretty good at this objective thing.
Ahsoka's pretty good and such a good value. I mean,
4 points. What you can do with Chopper and Compassion, being able to debuff your enemies and save your friendlies. So good. And yeah, if you actually take the card from Compassion, and you would have 2 or more damage cards, she actually gets full force as well. So it could be a way for her to regenerate her 2 force points.
That's cool. All right, it looks like we have Obi-Wan here doing some repositioning.
Where did that stress come from? Oh, Palpatine Sidious. So he must have flipped it then? To the other side? Is this what I'm understanding?
I've not normally seen it flip to the other side.
Let's take a look at Darth Sidious crew. It was the only reason for, I was like, how did he get a stress barrel focus? There's only one answer for that. And it's Lies of the Jedi. It's not a coordinated Jedi would tell you. So this is the other side of, can I show the other one too?
You can. You should be able to.
So Chancellor Palpatine Normally has a stressing effect when you're shot at, right? Use the Chancellor, makes sense. But if you flip him over, if you reveal him to be the Sith Lord Darth Sidious, after you perform that purple coordinate action, the ship you coordinated gains 1 stress token, then gains 1 focus token, or recovers 1 force. And for Obi-Wan, because of his ability to keep focus tokens around by spending the force, there we go, back to regular size. That focus token is as valuable as that force point. So really cool interaction there, something that we don't normally see. That's diving deep into the upgrade pool.
I've used Cities a few times. I've never actually flipped it. I just figure, well, it's better.
Sometimes I might.
It's better on this side.
Sure. No, it makes sense. Well, if you are coordinate minded, but also if, say, your Hawk may have too early gone out in front, you might be able to save it. Or if you're fighting maybe a low ship count, and that single stress could be very impactful for maybe like a Falcon or a Boba Fett.
Sure.
I can see it. But I think with this build, this, let's pull up Hawk again, this Hawk build, I mean, defensive rerolls with dedicated, free boost from your ability, coordinate from Chancellor Palpatine, an extra attack dice from 7th Fleet Gunner. This guy is loaded out to support. Now even counting fire convergence rerolls on offense.
Well, it's like we said, Republic Strength is all of these passive mods, including the Force and including that fire convergence. All right, so it looks like Ahsoka also contributes to a bump.
Wow.
So Plo Koon comes in, not going to be able to reclaim that objective. So Cormac really playing these objectives expertly.
Yeah. We did see the red one get flipped up over here. I believe that was Contrail's action up at the top. Contrail, such a powerful piece, powerful in quotations maybe. Just such value at 2 points. He's fast, he can boost, he's high initiative, he's great at getting objectives. With 3 agility and 4 health, you reasonably should survive, 1 or 2 shots.
Sure. And for 2 points, I mean, does it really even matter?
Yeah, right? Surviving the second shot is value at that point. So great little piece. I think we said something like 38 of 51 Republic list had Contrail in it. It was a high percentage.
All right, and we see the Contrail, or is that Contrail? Yeah, that should be Cormac's Contrail now boosting in. All right, so have you made sense of what Dion's doing? Both?
Never. No, sorry, what? Go ahead.
So he's simultaneously running top 32 and top 16 games? Did you pick up on that?
No, really? That doesn't make any sense. All the top 16 would get buys?
No, I mean, not all of them, but like, that's what James knows.
James, is that correct?
Are you correct?
That we're running top 16 and top 32? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
How?
Because...
Oh, wait, let me ask you, how many people got buys? Do you know that?
I'm not sure how it works.
Okay.
Dion and Chris Allen made it work.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Chris Allen's ridiculous mind made it work.
Okay, hit, crit, 2 evades, so 1 shield going down on 2 force points, 3 charges, so I have to assume that's Plo Koon with ion missiles.
Sure.
Damaged engine.
Oh, it was damage engine. That was the crit. Will he survive? Let's see, there's Barris and Obi-Wan taking a peek at him.
And under the cup, we get hit, eyeball, spending a focus token to flip it to 3 hits. Cormac's response is 1 of 8 on the board, spends the force to get it up to 3.
Yep, force and evade from, that should be Anakin out there in the Ada.
That's right.
Defending against
Okay,
Flo.
so Anakin's safe.
Trying to hear their discussions. They're counting out the dice here. I think they're trying to figure out a range 0 attack.
All right, you get 2 hits under the cup. Cormac's defense. Oh, sorry, one's rerolled into a crit.
Ooh, that's fire convergence, I have to assume.
2 blinks and an eyeball. That's not enough.
Yeah, and I think Obi-Wan just took out Mace there. Sure did.
Yeah, so Mace being in a suboptimal position after the ion maneuver and pretty much a sitting duck at that point. So Mace Windu going down kind of quickly, only in the 2nd round of play here.
Yeah, these guys got right into it. So I see what they are talking about. I was like, where could the confusion from attacks be if it's not range 0? It's Click. Click had used his charge to prevent the range 1 bonus, so kept it at 2 dice. No bullseye there.
Good utility there.
But then he used 7th Fleet Gunner to get back up to 3 dice.
Okay, so there is some.
That's what they were talking about. It's down 1, up 1. Or it's up 1, down 1, up 1 again. All right, let's take a look here.
That is hit, eyeball, evaded.
No problem. I have to assume that was Hawk. So this is the Click shooting back.
I think so. We get 2 dice, 1 hit on the board. Just 2 eyeballs result, so that's going to be a shield down.
All right, range 2 shot here, just a single hit. Gonna spend the lock and Besh. Oh, so that must have been Concho? Concho just shot here. Now we're shooting here.
Yeah. We could double check the colors. James did it.
James did it. I'll double check it in planning phase, just to be sure. All right, Ahsoka's attack here.
Gonna spend for 2.
No, can't spin the focus. Only force at range 0. And Barris can spend hers, though.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah. All right, end of round points here. 4 for Cormac Higgins and 1 for Justin. I think that's
all right. So Cormac staying ahead on the objective points. And let's take a look over at the table.
Yep, should be right. 6 to 8 as we go into round 3. I'm just going to double check those colors real quick, Johnny.
Alrighty. And we got a dedicated trigger. That's the thing that we are maybe overlooking. Oh, there is no, wait, is there a dedicated? Oh.
Click is blue, yeah.
Okay.
They might have just shot out of order.
And chat is saying that one of the modifications was a dedicated trigger.
Yeah, that was the reroll from.
Got it. Perfect. We're good.
So let's take a look at dedicated. It recently. Let's just back to the cable. It recently changed. So before, it used to require a non-limited ship, but now it's changed to a limited ship. You have to be the, well, no, let me just read it word for word. Because it changed, yeah. It used to be like generics. You'd see it on the generic Blue Squadron Torrents. You'd see it on the.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh, well, boo. But now they've changed that upgrade to where now it's like I said, it requires you to be a named pilot to be able to. Oh, awesome. You got any stats or anything?
No, not yet. So the reason it's happening is because...
I'm going to you. Talking to the mic.
Yeah, so the reason we have 32 and 16 going at the same time is because we had so many buys because we had only 5 or X and 1s entering the cut. So because of that, we had, I think it was around 21 or 20 players enter the cut. So we can't make a perfect bracket out of that. So what we've done is make a top 32 bracket, and the top players get buys. Now some of those players in the middle, if you know how a bracket works, are already paired up because they already have their opponent. So you can see, well, you can't see, but we have, for example, we have the top, the 8th and 9th seed going against each other, the 4th and 13th, the 5th and 12th, and the 7th and 10th, and the 6th and 11th already paired up because they're not waiting on that top 32 result.
Interesting. All right. If it works out,
works out.
As long as the math works out, can you do like a faction breakdown or anything? Any information about the top cut would be awesome, man. Fantastic, James, our official stats and stuff guy.
Yeah, he's our field reporter.
Yes.
He's our stats guy.
Mm-hmm. No, James does it all.
He like, if the table's getting messy, he'll like pick up wrappers and things.
Yeah, no.
He's been really great.
What a guy. All right, so I pulled up the eroded card. So now it requires you to be a Republic clone utilizing the new keyword. Well, not new, but utilizing the keywords for pilots these days. And it says, now if it is limited or has the dedicated upgrade and you are not strained, you can reroll a strain token. So no longer can you just throw it on any old clone. It has to be a named clone. Actually, I just don't think that there's a generic clones just don't get talents anymore.
That's probably right. That would make sense.
Yes.
Okay, so we see Cormac picking up the first player button, and we are going to get some movement here. We're back in the system phase. We'll see if any shenanigans happen.
I was double checking it. I think only the generic arc
there it is.
has it. I didn't see any talents on the generic Y-Wings or the obviously the generic Lat's not going to have it.
We see Ahsoka getting a turn here. And then infinite actions for Ahsoka. She's gonna, I think that's a focus.
So we see there, I was like, what token is that right there? It's a purple evade.
Purple evade.
So that's utilizing the chopper upgrade, if I'm not mistaken there. So let me pull up a chopper again. So how that works is you can spend Ahsoka's ability to get an action, chose focus, and then activates one of Chopper's charges to get a red evade, and then obviously you're stressed for your perform action step then. So 1 force for 2 tokens.
Okay, that works.
Well, 1 force and a stress for 2 good tokens. We've seen this, the same exact Ahsoka pop up at every list.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Not every list. I guess we had that K-turning one. There's a K-turn droid one.
Oh, okay, fair. But Chopper's just so good.
So powerful. So we don't have an online bracket because the top 32 games haven't finished yet, which means we can't have a top 16
Oh, because
bracket.
you need it to be like a round bracket. So after this round, we should have something.
I doubt they updated the challenge.
Fly better LVO? No.
I doubt they did. Oof. All right. So once again, these objective points coming in so clutch here. Has already scored 8. Do you want to admit it to a mistake? Make a note of it? I was joking. Oh, okay. Jones doing some old announcements, or some old announcements, man. I've been hanging out with too many Midwest people this weekend.
There you go.
I'm picking up. We're doing Midwest impressions. I think something's stuck on me now, where I can't stop doing it.
It's just like in your head now.
Yeah, scooch. Oh, let me just scooch right past you. All right. So that objective remains claimed. There's no Republic. There's no Cormac ships over there to contest it yet. We'll see if Click has something to say about that, or sorry, Contrail has something to say about that. Does he just pick up the objective here? I mean, this is Cormac's strategy, right? Like,
it is, and it's got him ahead on points. How many games will be played in the cut? We are in, this is the round of 32.
So we'll play 5 rounds today.
We'll play 5 rounds. This is the round of 32. How many people made the cut? You said it was like 21?
The final seat I can see is 19.
19?
Yeah, because this top 32 is 16, 17, 15, 18, and 14, and 19.
Okay, so 19 made the cut. The players currently kind of playing right now are sort of, it's like a play-in game. They're kind of playing into the bracket, playing into the top 16 round.
Yeah, so Blechosaur, I'm not sure why never. We hit it. There we go.
Starting soon. Yeah.
Starting soon. Starting now. So, Blackasaur asking about why the graduated cut and not just a top 32. Essentially, tiebreakers are weird, and it's just cleaner for the tournament, in my opinion. It also prevents like intentional drawing, right? As someone mentioned, 4-1-1 would be eligible for the top 32.
Oh, okay. So that just like, yeah.
Because you would be better than a 4-2. So
then if two 4-1s were playing in the last round,
they could guarantee them. Well, not guarantee, but they could assess. They have a better chance of drawing intentionally. This is probably collusion, but they have a better chance at drawing, so they both can make cut than one of them losing and not being in the cut.
Yeah.
I know that might sound like it's correcting a problem that shouldn't even exist. But it's another thing too that like for players, I think that when you get your second loss, right, or a loss and a draw,
yeah,
you know you're out of the tournament. There's no stringing you along for 3 more games.
Sure.
Right.
Sure, you could play if you want to, but you know where you stand.
Yeah, you know you're not in the cut. So I think that's one of the reasons. I'm sure Dion will go into more detail when we break it down on the podcast, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, this round got started around 8 a.m. local time. We got these players up early. I know, Will, you and the other crew were up gaming late last night as well.
Yeah, playing a social deception game. I won once, lost another. It's hard to convince people what you should be doing in a game where everybody's lying.
Yeah, that's not a that's a good way to get a target on your back in those games.
I know.
The person who kind of steps up and like kind of tries to take charge of the situation, everyone ends up trusting them the least.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance. That is for sure. So we're getting into combat here. Triple blank, not a great start. We did see that Talon roll.
Man, we need the tabletop simulator dice stats here, because I feel like Cormac has got some bad rolls, but
they're not been impressive, to say the least.
It's middle of the night for Cormac. Not quite. I'm sure he's feeling like it's afternoon here.
I was going to say, that's not how the sun works. The sun goes the other way. They're 5 hours ahead of us, 5 or 6, depending on if it's daylight savings or not. I'm still confused. So my European friends were talking about a time zone change, and I was like, I thought you didn't do daylight savings time, but now you do?
Oh, yeah, they do, but they're not the same weekend as we do.
That's even more confusing.
4 hits out here on the table.
Woo! Look at that. I believe we did see a 7th Fleet gunner recharge there. I see a weapons disabled out on Hawk.
And who just got... Someone's gone, right? That just killed a ship?
Was that Contrail?
Contrail.
Yeah, Red Contrail, I think, just got blasted there.
And then here's the next attack. Oh, my goodness. Brutal firepower here from Justin.
Spends a force charge.
All right, Cormac needs some paint here to stay alive, and gets it. Woo! Natties.
They came back around. Natties in the chat. Natties in the chat.
All right, here's the return fire. 2 hits. And was that just no dice rolled because of the strain token?
Because of
the strain,
so
that's 2 damage going through.
Yeah, because that's Ahsoka shooting here. I believe she's the last shot of the round. Yep, she's always the last shot of the round.
And then let's count objective points. Is it still 4-1? I can't tell who has this top one.
Yeah. I can't tell what this token is. Let's see, it looks like we're grabbing our tokens back. I'm gonna go see, is that a crit marker? I don't know what that token is. I wanna go take a look.
Alrighty. No one has the top objective, 4-0. Fair enough. So Cormac continuing to...
because Contrail tried to flip it, but was unsuccessful.
The Cormac's picking up 4 every round. Is that right? Three rounds so far?
You win in 4 rounds as long as you kill a ship. You win in 5 rounds even if you don't.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
interesting. So Cormac now down 2 ships.
Yeah. That's the problem, though.
That's the problem, though, because now Justin's still at full force, can just come by and start scooping these up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm cleaning up the interface a little bit here. Will stepped away to go check out the table. Let's see how these players are doing. Will getting some clarifications here. And we are back to dials.
Okay. So that was, it's Click's other lock. That's why it is a random token on a friendly. I was like, I didn't see any of the other side lock him. So, Cormac, a bit disappointed, but he's still pretty far up on points. And it's going to take Justin here multiple rounds to be able to scramble all of those objectives away from him. So he's still going to be gaining points no matter what he's doing with his ships.
I think Cormac probably does need to try to take out a ship. Otherwise, he's just not going to have the area control to continue holding on to these objectives. But we'll see. Just focusing on the objectives has worked out for him so far in this game.
Yeah, he did a risky maneuver here with Anakin, trying to get behind Barriss, potentially going forward. We didn't see that. We saw I think just a hard turn from her instead to keep the stress and just hard turns. And like I said, Anakin expected her to be somewhere around here after her maneuver, after, moving, maybe even potentially shooting it down here to just grab this objective, right?
Sure, yeah, because that's sort of wide open right now. Yeah, you could just kind of go relatively safely, start flipping those.
Right, well, Barriss didn't end up doing that, so Anakin kind of looked like a fool for the talent roll there. I mean, certainly could, because he barrel rolled, he can cut back in, right, and start shooting this way. You really need to get the bullseyes with this Anakin. This is what we've been calling Critikin. It's these, I can't even get them all on the screen, but Malice, a way to change a force into, or an eyeball result into a crit using the force. Marksmanship, as long as they're in the bullseye, hit to crit. And then the droid as well, R7, A7, 3 different instances of changing a hit to a crit. And then the whole reason for these crits is the auto blaster. If you are not in their front arc, they cannot evade those crit results. So you can be easily slamming 3 crits into people out your bullseye with that auto blaster. There's no Barris in this squad. Chose Click instead for a little bit of defensive tech there.
Here's the road roll. It looks like Justin's going to get that first player token. So does Anakin, is Anakin's job now to just start putting crits out?
Put crits out.
Yeah.
Find a ship here. I called this Barris. It's Plo. We've been used to blue Barris, but that's actually Plo's paint job.
Yeah, right.
Plo.
So we should have known. Here comes a counter net.
That's from Click.
Click, click, boom.
He's got that Besh configuration allowing him to take a bomb. In this case, it was a mine. So that counter net is going to do 3 ions and an automatic damage to Hawk, preventing his action this round, or not, maybe not preventing it, but let's say restricting it to only a focus token this round and next round. And if that Hawk didn't bank, he could be off the board.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Because of the way he's sort of facing it, and those medium bases, do cover a decent amount of distance. All right.
So that's dangerous.
Now we get movement here from Ahsoka, and then, of course, all of the possibilities with Ahsoka. We see Cormac leaning over the table, trying to gauge these distances and see where does Ahsoka want to be, or who perhaps wants a extra action.
Okay. Assuming this is Ahsoka up there. Assuming he has them initiative order from left to right, like I like to do. He's only used 1 chopper, and I think he's going to spend his force and flip the other chopper charge there. Yep.
Okay. So then is it focus evade out here on Ahsoka?
Yep, same thing. Uses Ahsoka's action after executing the maneuver to take a focus, and then use his chopper in that same after executing window to take a red evade.
Okay, so we're going to mark a ship here.
Yeah, because the initiative got passed. Hawk moves first.
Hawk moves first. Is getting a big bank in there. I can't tell from this angle. That's a 3 bank. Is that right?
Yeah.
So covering a lot of distance there.
I hope he got a little bit of an angle here.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of room there on the top of the board.
To 1 forward.
Yeah, but still...
limited maneuverability.
Limiting,
now.
yeah.
Yep, and only is allowed to focus. So had he wanted to do some coordinate shenanigans, he wouldn't been able to do that.
All right, and then is that it looks like a bump there.
Not too big of a deal for Click, just takes the red focus. Those V-Wings do have surprisingly good dials. They got all the 2-speed maneuvers, are stress clearing there. So can easily hard turn 2 back into the fight. So this is Barris claiming the center objective for Justin here. So Cormac only owning 3 of them now.
Yeah, so people were saying, if Cormac can kill Plo and held 3 objectives, that's 20 points this round. He is sort of within striking distance. It's not going to be an easy, kind of one-turn win, but it is within striking distance, although now we see...
Justin also caught on to that math of, wait a second. So he goes real fast with these, utilizing that fine-tuned controls, the boost before your perform action step, getting closer to the objective to be able to claim it. And Contrail claims the neutral one without the dice roll.
And so Obi-Wan out of the fight, but claiming objectives.
Right.
All right, and then are we going to see another block here? It looks like it.
Ooh.
Plo Koon getting blocked here by Ahsoka.
That's big. No repositions, nothing you could do to get away from Anakin. And I think Anakin's coming up and barrel rolling, blast that bullseye right onto him.
So both players getting some good blocks here this round. And let's see what Anakin does. Does the turn. And then
Surely will barrel
roll, right? Yeah, I have to.
Only one force though, no rerolls.
Only one force.
Relying on those crits. But with Malice though, if he does do a pilot crit, he can recover 2 force.
Oh, sure. Okay,
So
here comes the dice roll from Anakin.
Oh boy! Oh,
let's see some crits.
Malice, marksmanship, and R7A7.
Crit.
You critted, son. Get out of here.
2 evades. So we're just going to see a face-up damage card.
Fuel leak, another ship crit, and a 3rd ship crit.
Oh my goodness. So that's what you need to do.
That's scary. You don't want Krennikin flying behind you.
Evades don't matter. Plo is dead. You're right. I spoke too soon when I saw the evades. Crits are going through from the auto blaster.
Get done, son.
Why is it still allowed in the game? Auto blaster ban, please. Now hold on. Anakin is 7
He's
points.
7 points on. Well, this one is 4 health, but yeah, he's 7 points. And this one really doesn't have a lot of support. Maybe Ahsoka, maybe clicks, preventing of like range 1 bonuses. But he's out there by himself. Now, this is Ahsoka and Click are going to have to kill Hawk now because Obi-Wan took this and Barriss took this. Cormac is only scoring 2 objectives, putting him to 19 at the end of this round. So they're doing a little discussion here. Let's see what they... Take a listen in.
But yeah, the comment is it does feel weird that this functionality of getting the auto crits, the auto damage feels weird, right?
Yeah, I don't like it either, to be honest with you.
Sure.
But I guess then, like, should I be complaining about bombs then too and their automatic damage? I don't know. Where do you draw the line?
What's more skill, getting a bomb in the right place, or lining up a bullseye with Anakin? Probably getting bombs in the right place is a little bit harder because Anakin moves last and moves wherever he wants. If Plo did a sloop, he could have been facing his arc forward, no auto damage.
He kept his stress though. All right. So that 7th Fleet gunner helping out Contrail did not end up doing anything to Ahsoka. This is an obstructed range 3 from Barriss over to here. From Barriss through that, resulted in no attacks. And I think we're going to finish the round then with Click's range 0. So dodge 1, take 1. And Ahsoka, I believe, has that CLT range 3. Yep, sure does.
There we go. So Hawk still ionized, right? So next turn we know where Hawk is going to go. So Hawk maybe in a bit of trouble here. Has those opposing Republic ships closing in.
Got a crit in there too. So blocks one again and going to take hit crit. Yeah, so there's some discussion in the chat. I'll pull that Malice card up again. Very specifically, it has to be a pilot or crew. The dark side doesn't care if you hurt a machine. It only cares if you hurt
right. We saw
the living organism inside.
We saw Kylo Ren kind of pounding his chest at the end of The Force Awakens to kind of pump up his malice.
Yeah, the dark side lives off of pain, feeds off of it. Right. And that's classic malice there. So I did get some stats.
Stats, let's hear it. Okay. What do we got?
So as we go into the potentially here, well, let's do end of round points. I'll check on the. Oh, you flipped something over there. Oh, it was Chopper. We already knew that was going to happen.
I think we're
11 to 19. I'll go back into.
So killing Plo, 5 points, but because Justin was able to flip one of the objectives.
Two in fact.
Oh, 2 of the objectives prevents Cormac from hitting 20 points.
Yep, so we'll get one more round. So let's take a look here. We do play all the way until the end of the round. We'll see all the points scored before we decide a winner. So let's take a peek here. Now, if Cormac, I don't think Justin can take those 2 other objectives. Even a 5 straight boost.
So you're saying the only
might not get him in there.
The only way for Justin to prevent Cormac getting 20 is if he claims all 5.
He would need all 5.
All 5 objectives this turn.
Right.
So unless Justin can kill 2 ships.
So this is my thought. If you allow that, Cormac at least has 21. So Justin's going to need to figure out 10 points worth of upgrades, or 10 points worth of
ships.
Yeah, ships. Click is over there, worth 4. Ahsoka is also worth 4. So that could be a way to get 10 points. You're going to have to kill them both.
Yeah. Justin needs to kill 2 ships. Yeah.
Unlikely. Best case scenario for Cormac, kills Hawk and goes up to 26 and just, calls it there. Like, no, absolutely no way.
Yeah. So. And, right, and Hawk is doing the ion maneuver here. So, and it's sitting on 4 health. Yeah, it's not looking great.
Yeah, Bruno points out you could score 7 points by killing Anakin. He is down on force.
I'm just looking at the board here.
I don't know what's.
How do you even?
Because you only got the 2 ships, right?
Yeah.
Hawk's doing this, only going to have an arc going out this way. Obi-Wan's can't even do anything out there. So perhaps might be all but decided. So let's take a look into the future here on these stats. Give you a little breakdown of it. Do have a full bracket here. The winner of this game is going to face off against 2-time runner-up Nathan Idy.
Oh my goodness!
At Adepticon. So,
Nathan Idy had a great day yesterday.
This is his event to, Hope to win.
And he's also flying Republic, not surprisingly.
Not surprising.
But yeah, he was. I saw. So kind of table 1 is like right in front of the caster table right now. I saw Nathan sitting there basically all day yesterday.
Yeah,
he like pretty much didn't have to move his stuff from the.
I see what you're saying. He was playing on table 1 all day. Yeah. I mean, sounds great. So they were looking at. I was like, we already knew all this information. How about we talk about Swiss cut rates? So 0 resistance of the 12 made it into the cut.
Ouch.
Tough day for resistance. We can't even get them on stream because there are so few. So not surprised we didn't see them make it into the cut there, unfortunately. How about 0 scum and villainy?
Breaks my heart.
Great showing from Paul Heaver we had in game 1, but that quickly dissolved, it looked like, and none of the scum and villainy able to make it 5-1. First order, though, we had seen those 2 of the first orders floating at the top tables all day. Donald Williams and I forget the other player. Was it Tommy? Was it? Oh, no, it was Eli Bauman, the player who won on stream, I believe, when we had first order on there.
Yeah.
Those 2 were able to make it into the cut. 2 of 19 first order make it in. The Galactic Empire had 4 of 35. Still pretty good showing there.
That's actually, very good. I think the Empire players, they know how to control those ships and can do a really good job with it.
I'm just doing a quick spot check. I believe they're mostly X1 and Interceptor lists. No big surprise there.
Yeah, of course. In this format, Interceptors are great, especially if you take sensitive controls, which I think a lot of them are.
Yeah. I mean, Empire is like one of the only factions that can realistically spam 3 agility ships.
Sure.
I guess Republic could do it. Technically, they have a lot of 3 agility ships between V-Wings and CLTs.
How can we see the cut bracket? We're going to get that online probably by the start of the next round. We don't have it quite put together yet.
Right. Join our Discord, and I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I can get James to post it in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's already working on it.
He loves showing off those stats. So then going into the 2 other factions, Republic had 6 of 50 and the Rebels had 6 of 51. No surprise in there.
What is interesting is that both Republic and Rebels have basically the same conversion rate, 6 of 50 making it to the cut and 6 of 51 making it to the cut. So those factions seem to be top tier, but also seem to be fairly equal with one another.
So, as we are wrapping up this round, I cannot express the love I have for these acrylic objective markers. We see 5 of them out there. Even we have Curl Paul Creatives control markers as well. We are handing out them for all participants. Curl Paul Creatives does excellent work, able to support us, pumped out those objective tokens, make sure we got them for everybody, and they just turned out amazing. They're offering right now 20% off if you use the code ACON22, and that's Curl Paul Creatives. I'll post a little link there to the Etsy shop. You can get templates, you can get tokens for not just X-Wing, other games as well. Recently started doing Wingspan. There's a funny story about that. Can you guess the connection between Wingspan and Gold Squadron podcast?
What is that?
So when we would run online events, we would name our rooms GSP,
Right.
but GSP like 1 or GSP 2, things like that. But when you would search them, it would find the wingspan
because the combination of the letters GSP are in the word.
Wingspan, exactly.
Got it.
So every time you would be looking for rooms in our online tournaments, you would see a bunch of these wingspan games as well. That's not why Kerpal Creative's doing it. It is, turns out, a pretty fun bird game. But like I said, it's what raised our eyebrows of like, what is this wingspan game? So, Justin, though, going back to the win conditions here, has to either do a double kill or take out Anakin completely. Now, does Cormac know that? And just see you later. Hide behind this debris.
That's what I would imagine. I mean, Cormac knows the score. They have the scoreboard there. So, yeah, you'd have to think he's just running.
Yeah, there's no reason to go up and kill Hawk, right? Just protect this objective, protect your win.
Yeah, and that's it. So question from the chat, top 32, I thought there were only 19 that made the cut. Yes, maybe it would be more accurate to say this is the round of 32 with only 19 players actually in the cut. After this round, we will be at a true even 16 players.
Yes, exactly. Next round, 16 players.
And we'll get that bracket posted online for you all to see where it all stands. That said, the majority of the top 16 games are already underway. Dion and Chris Allen set it up to everyone in the top 16 who did not need to wait on a round of 32 game already started their game. So we'll probably already have some updated wins shortly.
Interesting. Yeah, a little what do I want to say? Helpful situation for the players trying to get their games in, get out of here. If they got traveling, got to get back home. Spent days and days at the convention here. Why not do a regular top 32 cut? Dion can explain more. Maybe we could get the official reason for it. What I understand, basically, it's just easier for players if they know the moment they have not 2 wins. They can understand their positioning. Also, the tiebreaker, whether you're doing strength of schedule, MOV, missions, or what I think is mission points scored these days, is just not, I don't know, beneficial to players, in my opinion. So we've decided to do graduated cuts. I think in a convention setting, it's easier, or it's more appropriate to do. I think if it was just running like our own tournament, it would probably make sense to do the top 32, right? If we weren't at a convention hall, because people were coming there specifically for this. The feels bad of being kind of like strung along.
Well, plus there's side events all weekend, you know, there's X-Wing pods outrun on demand. So if your day isn't working out in the main event, but you still want some consequential X-Wing action, join a pod.
Yep, that's what I understand. Like I said, maybe at some point Dion can give us the exact reason, but that would be my assumption at this point. I prefer graduated cuts, like I said, in conventions. If for like a regular, store championship or something, probably should just do the regular cut style. Looks like no damage being done here from that attack. Obi-Wan tried to line up a shot Fortunately, ended up being obstructed there. And Anakin did not turn away, not afraid. Came into the fight, trying to just end the game by killing Hawk outright.
Yeah, actually did come into the fight, but I think it's still like not in a dangerous position, like not jousting anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe Cormac just felt kind of comfortable because Anakin did a pretty fast maneuver to get there. And so maybe he felt like, well, I'm not, you know, just going straight into the teeth of the beast. This is relatively okay.
All right. I think they are doing the final calculations here. We'll go to the table as Cormac flips over to 21 points. The handshake there. GG. Cormac Higgins takes the win.
And makes his way into the top 16.
Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, and Row 6, our Grand Admiral patrons, and all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members. Thank you so much for your support. Gold Squadron out.